Hey everybody, happy Sunday. How's it going? Whiskers is here, Blade's here. Christian caught the clever title. I have no purpose in this stream today. If you showed up right now expecting like some profound teaching from me, it's not gonna happen. Not that it ever does, but especially not today. Because I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here, and I'm just gonna let this stream become whatever it is. That's why I put that title. Insert clever title, because I couldn't think of one. How's everybody doing? Carlos here, Zolt's here. All right, Milobi. Saw some new people here. Marius Konzak. That's cool. Hello from Southwest England, UK. From Hungary, Balaz Kovacs. Thanks from Hungary. How's it going? Denmark. Violent Pooh's here from Discordlandia. From Sweden. I have to say it that way, right? How's everybody doing? How's your week been? All right. This is the first back to streaming on Sunday in like 3 weeks or something like that. Right? Okay. Jeff Hammer has 4 wires. What do I do with the 4th wire? WLD. I know it's a backup. But what do I do with it? Oh, that's a good question on those 15s. That's a good question. You know, I think I have some of those we could play with and see. I believe what you do is you just tie it to the same data wire at the beginning. I think it's just basically just a second branch of the data wire. That's my guess. We could tinker with one and see, or you could tinker with it while we're chatting and tell us, Jeff. How about looking or changing, updating security certificate on DuckDNS? Uh-oh. I don't know how you do that. TensorFlow? Oh, man. You know how hard TensorFlow is? I've asked Whiskers, who's one of the smartest guys I know, to look at that, and all I know is it's hard. So for those of you that don't know what TensorFlow is like the machine learning or machine vision software. It's like an open source machine vision software, and it's beyond me currently. I would love to be able to do it, but it's beyond me currently. Machine learning. There's supposed to be a way to get things integrated in Home Assistant with TensorFlow and such, but how's the bug? The bug is awesome. The bug is awesome. It was from boring old Connecticut. That's funny. Charlie's here. Charlie de Reynosa. Matheson. Oh, you're in Canada. How come I didn't know that? Can we talk about Sonoff SV? Sure, Nick. What do you want to know about the Sonoff SV? I love the Sonoff SV. It's a piece of cake. I'm squirreling around already, aren't I? Huh? Possible subject. Updating Proxmox LE from original Whiskers script. You want to update Proxmox? I don't know if I've ever updated Proxmox. Whiskers is here, though. Talk about building a barn? Awesome. I would start with 2x4s. Actually, no. I would start with a foundation. What kind of barn you want to build? Thinking of setting up WireGuard. Should I go back and watch your stream with that title or just watch Frank's video? We should talk about WireGuard. We should totally talk about WireGuard. Frank's here. Buenos dias. ¿Qué tal? Wow. Frank speaks Spanish. How's it going, Frank? Trying to make your smart garage door project? Oh, great. Yeah, you having trouble, Nick? What do you need? What do you need trouble with? Or what are you having trouble with? From Pahrump. Paul's from Pahrump. I've been to Pahrump. I've been there. Used to go there to buy fireworks. Yeah, Frank's video is good. Very good. That's why I haven't made a second one, because it's all there. If you have to watch Frank's video, and if you have trouble, then we're here right now. Having issues once I flash with the ESP Home, it won't power up. Really? Well, that ain't right. I wonder why that is. Friend of Chris from Hendo. He won't admit it. Nice, Paul. He won't admit that you're his friend, or he won't admit that he's in Hendo. A big one. Oh, wow. 12 by 5 meters. Dang. That is big. That's awesome, Mr. Fat. You're building what are you going to put in your barn? No LED lights or nothing. That ain't right. That ain't right. Guess we should look at what your sketch is. Your ESP home sketch. Paul looking for the bug series. I am too. I'm looking forward to making it. That was pretty fun. That was an accomplishment. To get that thing actually on the road, that was quite the accomplishment. Have Frank jump in and talk about WireGuard. Go watch that WireGuard video. I would start there for sure. ESP home. Did I put heat sinks on my Raspberry Pi Zeros? Yes, I did. It's a copy of my sketch. I don't know why it wouldn't work then. In my own. It is complete. It is complete. And it's short. It's like 16 minutes. So watch it, try it, and then if you struggle, we're here for the WireGuard. Watch it after the stream. Yeah. We could watch it during the stream. We just turn it on and watch it. No. What have I been playing with? I've been trying, and way to be humble, Frank. Any idea about Broadlink lights in Home Assistant? I don't know. I've been playing with, I was playing with AdGuard, and I got it to work. That would be funny. That wouldn't be funny. That would be very bad. That would be serious. I got AdGuard to work. This will probably reveal some. See, you can see if there it was working. I've disabled it now. But the problem that I had was, I guess, Google Wi-Fi. Everything that was showing up here, as I scroll down here and reveal my public IP address. Anyways, everything was showing up here as coming from this one location, right? It wasn't separating out which device was accessing what and what was being blocked. So, and then somebody, was it Blade or Matheson? Somebody did a little bit of Googling for me and determined that it was a Google Wi-Fi router setting issue that you can't fix. Oh, you can update Proxmox. There's a no subscription repository. Yes. Having fun with your Ender Pro 3. Nice. Do I do any videos on the subject? I haven't done any really, videos on 3D printing really. No. Thank you, Dido. What do I use for 3D modeling software? Most of the time, what I use is Onshape. But Onshape is good, but the problem with Onshape is there's a free version, but the free version, you have to make everything public. And I found out the hard way that if you make something here and it's public, you'll never be able to patent it. So if it's not something you care about patenting, then fine. Onshape is good and it's easy. But I think at this point, probably depends on how your brain thinks as far as 3D modeling software. I like this kind where you make a 2D sketch and you extrude things. So you draw something in 2D and then you stretch it out. This is the mechanism that I made for the bug relay. So this is what happens when I step on the clutch. It pulls this this way, and it presses this. So this is my little hinge thing here, and so this is what I've got. And I just drew this because this was an easy way for me to think about it and make sure it was going to work. The other one that's like this is the AutoCAD one, which is, what's it called, fellas? Never figure out dimensions on 3D modeling? Oh, you didn't have to get a 3D printer. What is it? So I did that though. So Dov, I did that. Your AdGuard IP needs to be your primary DNS, and I did that. But when you say in the DHCP server, that's where I can't. That's what Google Wi-Fi won't let me do. I can set my AdGuard IP address as my DNS, but I can't do it in the DHCP settings. If that makes sense. Fusion 360, thank you. Solid works, Alex. If you have a bunch of money, or if you can get a free copy, a lot of people use that. Fusion 360 is the one that I would say is the most like Onshape and free, so I would do that. And then if you don't think like this, if you want to think in simpler shapes and stuff, then Tinkercad is a good one to go to. All right, this is always my favorite part of the stream. It's when somebody new starts to follow and I get to play this. Time for an upgrade to Ubiquity. Yeah, we were talking about that again yesterday. It's just going to be so much money. I got to sell some things. Make an external DHCP server. How do I do that? Use something else to do your DHCP. Okay. How do I do that, fellas? You could also use SketchUp. SketchUp's okay. SketchUp just breaks everything into lines. Okay. Well, if I disable the Google DHCP, I've got a bunch of IP addresses reserved in there. AdGuard can do DHCP. Well, then that's what I should do. Cheap secondhand IBM server with pfSense. Oh, another one, Red Bull following. We'll do unicorns for Red Bull. Listen for the toot at the end. Well, there's obviously a lot of stuff that I need to... Not somebody new, just migrated from YouTube to Twitch. Oh. OpenSense is better. I liked what I saw from AdGuard, from Frank's setup and when he did the add-on. So I would like it. I would like to make it work. But these are things that I don't like. I don't speak this language very well, right? You're just talking to a doctor here, remember? So I don't speak this language, which means I would have a lot of dumb questions, like just things that it would be simple to somebody who deals with it, that I don't, since I don't deal with it. Would love to stick around, maybe next week. All right, Henry. See you later. Is a DNS level ad blocker? Yes, I believe so. Fusion 360, yes. Retired one of my pies and run Pi-hole, one command line to install. Pi-hole on Proxmox. My cat likes the flying unicorns. Nice. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? OpenSense is not as polished as pfSense. There was a guy, somebody emailed me, gosh, it's probably been over a year ago, about a pfSense little box that they were making. And I don't know what processor or what circuit board was inside of it, but it was a little, it was just a little box. It looked like a simple little Ethernet hub almost. And it was running pfSense, and basically you just plugged it in to your network, plugged it in the wall, done. Yeah, I would like to do AdGuard. Think of DHCP as the lungs of your network. Oh, okay. Is that what it is, Mark? The net gate? So if I wanted to fix this DHCP thing, how do I do it? Assuming that I'm still not that Ubiquity's still not in the budget. Spending too much money on my yeah, I know. It is going to be a pain. Okay, then I'm not going to do it. Just turn off DHCP on Google Wi-Fi if you can. I don't know if I can. Where's my phone? Oh, I think my phone's downstairs. Dawson, would you grab me my phone? No, I think it's probably next to my bed. Unlike lungs, having more than one DHCP is a bad thing. Congratulations on the bug. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I was working on for that, like that whole time that I was in not going to China. I was working on the bug. It was awesome. Problem is your reservations. Everything will change unless you manually remap everything. Oh. Would not suggest on a same computer as Home Assistant's very important service. It should be separate. Okay. Well, we'll leave it on Google Wi-Fi for now. And we'll try and what I need to do is just sell a bunch of stuff. Think, buddy. If I sell a bunch of stuff, then I can buy my Ubiquity stuff. All right, let's see. What were we looking at? Somebody asked, oh, if I could turn it off. Well, I'm not going to do that. We just decided that. Dun, dun. Finally caught a live stream, Alex. All right, thanks for being here. So you think the bug will go 80 miles an hour someday? You know, 4 tracks? I don't know. I thought so. I didn't plan on the load limitation of, or the current output limitation of the batteries. Sell the bug. No. Just sell a lot of other things first. Had multi 100K Cisco stuff, but now with 1K full Unify, I've never been so happy. Finally emulated Hue, exposing script routines to Alexa. Okay. Let's talk about other options. What's wrong with what you did before? You sure you won't see client in AdGuard, but you still have the filtering? That's true. It didn't seem to be. I guess I would need to play with it again, and since I'm streaming right now, I'll like restart the router. I think if I change things, because I changed it back. I'll try it again. I'll turn it back on again, and I'll see. I was hoping for the device level stuff, but you're right. The filtering at least would still be good. So maybe I'll try it some more. Give it another try. Okay. Elise has a don't do it now. Bum, 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 bum. You guys are all network geniuses. I am a lucky guy to have so many network genius friends. Do you know I'm famous in the Linux community on a podcast you mentioned a lot with Home Assistant? Uh-oh. It's weird both my little worlds come together. Nice, Nate. Hass Alarm app. Ooh, I don't know what Hass Alarm app is. Ubiquity APs, eBay, Dell Smart Switch. About to make a Raspberry Pi 4 Magic Mirror with your wife. Any advice? Get the new one. I don't know much about the Magic Mirrors. If you know what, when I was doing that, when I was at CES, it was really cool to have the makeup advice, because like the point, like I made in the video, was it's the girls that use the mirrors. So for it to like give me a weather report or give me information is fine. I spend about 30 seconds in front of the mirror, and that's only because it's in front of the sink. Like I don't even have to look at it. But the girls, they spend a lot of time looking at the mirror. So for it to give them stuff that they want to know, this one was giving, the one at CES I was looking at, it was giving like makeup advice. Like, oh, you should use more of this or more of that. First community highlight video as a Lovelace thing. Ooh, let's check it out. Is insane. Oh, let's check it out. Wait, this is Lovelace? No way. Oh, that is so cool. And that's turning the lights on and off. No way. Wow. So he's in 3D manipulating around the house. Oh my gosh. No way. Now he's on the second floor. Oh my goodness. Wow. Holy cow. 3D printed interactive floor plan. Janky video of 3D printed home assistant floor plan. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, and here's cameras. How do they do that with the lights? I know how we were going to do it with, which was a long time ago. There was a 3D or a floor plan, HA floor plan, right? Where it was an SVG file and so you could interact with it directly. But how this works in Lovelace, that's interesting. I'm going to have to. Tips for creating floor plan. Sweet Home 3D. Yeah, that's what I thought. That looks good. Sweet Home 3D is what I like. It works well. What? On the TV? Turn the TV on?
Just a thank you.
Man, Grandpa's Place, thank you. You're a good man. Appreciate it. How's things? Michigan plays OSU in an hour. Finishing watching the latest episode of Project Blinky. Binky? What's Project Binky? Go Blue. Please post your WireGuard config, but just replace your keys. Interested in your on-demand stuff. Full VPN versus part. Let me see how could I do that? Did you checked out Carl? Did you check out Frank's video about it? The trick is if you want it to just be just your IP addresses in your house, there's a place where you put like allowed IP addresses. If you put 0.0.0.0, then it will run all the traffic through. So everything that you put in there, it will run through. If you don't put the 0.0.0.0, if you just put the IP range for your house, like for me it's 192.168.1. whatever. If you put that range in there, then it will only use that connection for stuff when you're trying to connect to your house. I made a longer. This may help you. No, never mind. Let me see what I can look at here. Let me see. Configuration. Where's it? It's here. That's not the one I'm looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. There it is. All right, so we're going to do it like this. I'm just going to do a new file. And what I'll do is I'm just going to put, I'll do like you said, I'm just going to take my configuration from WireGuard, and then I'll just take out my keys. Thank you, Nick. You're amazing. Okay, we'll take that out. And then we'll just take a big chunk of this out. And a big chunk of this out. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Here's my scrubbed my scrubbed configuration for WireGuard. This is what I have. And I wonder if maybe somewhere else is where I put these allowed IPs. On my the trick is on the MacBook and on the phone is where I have a different. This just sets up these two peers, my MacBook and my phone.
Hi DrZzs, I currently have Hasio Home Assistant and the HACS on a Docker. I am experiencing so much troubles with updating and compatibly with configurations. I am actually debating if I should get a dedicated PC server for Home Assistant. Pleading face.
Pleading face. Thank you, Mitchell. I would say, I don't do Docker. I do it through, what are we calling it now? I guess I have a dedicated machine for it, and I'm running, yes, like Matheson says, yes. The quick answer is yes. Is it bleeding? It said pleading. Pleading, like begging, like he's begging. I know some people do Docker, but I would think we just call it Home Assistant. I would just do Home Assistant Operating System or Home Assistant Core. Is that what we call it? A lot of people do use Docker and they don't have any problems. But if you're having problems, then a good solution would be to go with a dedicated machine and have Home Assistant as your operating system. And then all those things that you have, they're just sort of add-ons, and they work beautifully. Yeah, DigiBlur uses Docker in Unread. I know a lot of people do. There was Bearded Tinkerer, who's been putting out a lot of videos, a lot of good, just basic how-to videos on Home Assistant stuff. He uses Docker as well. Good old Burns H.A. Adrian, who used to do videos. Who used to do videos in his car. I wish he still did, but he used to do videos in his car. He always did Docker as well. So there's people that do it and they do good, but I think for me, I don't know enough about Docker. I'm sure I would run into similar problems, Mitchell. Maybe you know a lot about Docker and it's still giving you trouble. So I would still do, I would go with the dedicated box. Mine is a Nook that somebody gave me. It's an old i3 Nook. And then it runs Proxmox, and then I just install Home Assistant in that. But there's no reason if you had a good dedicated machine. I think Frank, how are we doing with the Odroids and such? Dedicated little PCs, not quite Raspberry Pi, or better than Raspberry Pi. Anybody seen these a bit overpriced? I don't know what that is. Home Assistant uses Docker, so I would not stand it up in Docker as much as stand up a Docker VM that can control it. We'll go into the dedicated system. I just think it would allow me much more customizability options, like changing files with SSH and stuff. Oh, good. So we do have the Odroid N2 in progress, but working well so far. Good. That'll be fun. Dedicated machine or Home Assistant in a VM. Yeah. I think it seems to me that the majority of the development of Home Assistant is focused on people using it as, it is the operating system. And then everything else that you need comes in as an add-on or an integration through the community store. Yes, please share a link for Dutch Peeps. Yes, please, Frank, you share away, brother. You share whatever you want. I'm probably the only one running Home Assistant on the core on free NAS. You must be, Troy. I don't even know what that is. Oh, here we go. What has Chris got? Bare bones, Intel HD graphics. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. I need to get rid of this. Maybe if I sell this this little i7 machine that I got for Blue Iris that's not working. That's the other thing. So since I switched Blue Iris to this PC where I run all this from, I can't get the integration in Home Assistant to work again. It worked when it was on this other PC, but it's not happy. I'm sure I've got all the IPs and stuff right, but it's just not happy. I don't know why. Actually debating on doing so, like a Home Assistant for the TV, cinema, and a Home Assistant for the rest of the house. Oh. So here it is. We have a Dutch Discord community going. Kind of fun with a lot of Dutch people loving the Home Assistant game. Nice. Sweet. Can I go there and learn how to speak Dutch? I don't think Home Assistant is stable enough to have it on a standalone machine. Oh. Nook with Proxmox, you clone the working version and never have to worry about updating, messing you up. That's true. I have, I do my backups every morning too. I have a backup every morning, so I feel pretty good about making updates now. There was a time where I did not do updates very often of Home Assistant. I would be several versions behind. Now, as soon as it pops up, I click it. Even if it's beta, I update. Because I know I do a backup every morning, and sometimes things break. Something happened the other day. What was it that stopped working? I don't remember. Connected or something? No. Something stopped working, and I just I waited until the next update, and I updated again, and then it started working again. So it wasn't that big a deal. Dutch isn't that difficult. The live stream is the weekly reminder to update Home Assistant. Let's look at the, okay, two things. Let me see if I can do something similar. I wonder if I can scrub my WireGuard phone configuration similarly. I bet you I can. Let's see. Maybe if I just take let's try some things here. I want to try and give you what I've got for my WireGuard. And then I want to help me remember these things, guys. So WireGuard, and then, oh shoot, I already forgot. Oh, I want to just look at because now we're at we're at 0.016, right? So let's just take a minute and go through. Well, I don't want to delete it. I just want to copy it. I want to show it. I just want to show this part about the addresses. So allowed IPs. So on one of them, I can just tell you, I guess. On one of them, for allowed IPs, I have 192.168.1.0/24. That's the on-demand one. And that's the one that connects anytime I'm not on my own network. When I'm off my own home network, what that one does, because 192.168.1 is my home subnet, it lets me attach to things that are in my house. On the other one, the allowed IPs is 0.0.0.0/0. Or I guess the other one was here. I'm just going to type it in here. In the app, it will ask you, don't do this. It's not going to be here. I'm just telling you what mine says. Where you go, it says allowed IPs in the app on the phone. If you want it to just route traffic that's trying to get to your house, then you put your home subnet in. 0/24. Okay, so that I have one AdGuard connection, or one WireGuard connection that's set up that has this in the allowed IPs. And what that one does is anytime I'm outside of my home network, it lets me attach to things inside my home network. With that, you wouldn't need a way to attach to Home Assistant, like the cloud or whatever, the Home Assistant cloud. You wouldn't need it. You could do things through that. You could connect to any of your machines in your home. I use it for all of the WLED boards and stuff. And then the other one, I have another one that if I want to route, like say I'm someplace where some websites are limited or something, and you can't watch YouTube or Facebook or something, right? Like if you're in China, then the allowed IPs is this. And what that one will do when this one is turned on, and this one I have to turn on manually. This one doesn't turn on unless I click the button that says turn this one on. When I turn on that connection, then everything routes through the tunnel and shows up as if it were coming out of my house. So what address host name do you go for Home Assistant from the outside home WireGuard profile? Host name. The host name, let me see here. I think the host name is going to be the same. The host is your, well, the endpoint is going to be your DuckDNS, right? You have to have a DuckDNS set up. So that will be your endpoint. And I think that's what you mean by host name. From the outside home WireGuard profile. Oh, for the outside one, there's a, when I want it to connect when I'm outside my home, it's the on-demand activation. So down at the bottom, there's a section that says on-demand activation. And what I do is, if you turn it on, because by default it's off, if you turn it on, then you can set it to the on-demand setting like Wi-Fi or cellular. But then the other part is the SSIDs. And you can say, accept these SSIDs, as in when you're outside of a certain SSID, and then you put your home SSID name in there. And what that's all you have to do. And then that tells it anytime you're outside of your home network, if your phone or your laptop, whatever, is not connected to your home network. Oh, OS, it's iOS and Mac only? Oh, well, I guess everybody should use iOS and Mac. If you're using Android, I guess you have to, is there a way to do it then? Probably not. When WireGuard is on and connected, you can just type in the IP address as if you were at home. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Thank you. Thank you, Seamus. I'm sure you're answering somebody's question. Writing here, hoping somebody could help. Currently, I'm running 2 Home Assistant core instances for my bedroom. I know, seems overkill, but it's necessary because Docker, and then keep going. Okay. So anyways, this is the key for me to have when I have those 2. You're not able to get on demand with Android. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Maybe they'll get to that point eventually, but I love that because since we set that up, Whiskers, I never touch it. I never touch it. And I know every time I go, like if I'm not at home, on my phone, the little WireGuard thing pops up in the corner, or VPN. It says VPN in the corner, and I know that I'm connected and I can open up WLED. That's usually what I use it for, honestly. I can open up WLED, and the same on my laptop. I can just go to things that are inside my house from the laptop when I'm at work, and it's got on the Mac, it's got the little WireGuard symbol in the corner, and it's lit up when it's connected. And when I'm at home and I turn on my laptop, it's not connected. When I go to work and open the laptop, I don't even do anything, and it just connects. It's beautiful. Does anyone have an issue where you can only connect via WireGuard to Home Assistant only on 3G, 4G, and not Wi-Fi connections outside the home? Check. Will, I know that there's mine works on cell as well. I know mine works on cell. When you go to that on demand, I've got a thing here that says on demand Wi-Fi or cellular. So there must be a way to change that. Yeah. So can you see that? Mine has that option right there, cellular or Wi-Fi, and both of mine are turned on. So you must have one of those turned off. So go to the settings on your connection, the edit. If you click edit, then you can go in and change that probably. Quantum Tech has great video to run Home Assistant on Debian and Docker. Running this on an older HP Desk Pro with SSD. So fast, never look back. Wi-Fi provider that is blocking the connection. Okay, there you go. Could be. All right, so that was one thing. And then the other thing, I just wanted to look at what's new with Home Assistant. We'll just pop through Home Assistant real quick. Oops. I wanted to look at these. I like just poking through the release notes. I've updated without even looking at the release notes. All right, we haven't done this one for Paul. Oops. There it goes. There it goes. This one's not dramatic. All right, so what do we got for new things here? Nothing. Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System. Holy cow, that sounds fun. Disaster alerts. Wow. information about major droughts, earthquakes, floods, tropical cyclones, tsunamis, volcanic activities worldwide. Oh, this would freak my kids out. have some sort of announcement every time that there's like a volcano or an earthquake anywhere in the world. Okay, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Minecraft server, that's cool. My kids play Minecraft. So what does this do? This gives you a sensor with the status, I'm guessing. Integration provides sensors that follow information from a Minecraft server. That's cool. So if you run a Minecraft server, you can get information in Home Assistant. That's fun. Salt fiber box. I don't know what that's about. Platform's presence. Oh, presence detection by looking up connected devices to a salt fiber box router from Salt, which is an internet service provider in Switzerland. Oh, okay, cool. I still want to do the ESP32 near Bluetooth things, right? So that's still on my want to do list, because even like recently, especially, we're almost at 4 kids in our house that have some sort of device in their pockets all the time. And those happen to be the same 4 kids that tend to disappear. Not Dawson so much, but certainly the older 2 boys and Zoe, they'll go into corners of the house and we don't even know where they are. We don't even know if they're home. Usually we can tell if Jackson's home because the car's here or not here, but the others, we don't know where in the house they are. So I want those little Bluetooth devices, ESP32s or something, in different places around the house, and the system to tell us which ESP32 their phone is closest to. I want to set up that system. I'm sure it's available. I'm sure it's there. It's just a matter of, me actually taking the time to learn how to do it. WebSocket first occurred. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is, Seamus. Is that something from Node-RED, maybe? AIO HTTP streams. I don't know what that means. HomeKit integrations add support for BLE. Bluetooth mesh. Yeah, that's what I would like, Morton, right? You can use device trackers using Wi-Fi until you have those beacons. Ooh. Interesting. And what would it do? How would I use it? Would it just give me the strength, the signal strength, and I can see how far away they were or something? Unify APIs have the ability to tell you which AP they're connected to. I wonder if my Google one does as well, but I don't think that is part of my presence detection in Home Assistant. Gives me all this, but I wish it would say which. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't tell me which of my, like, even if it said which of my Google Wi-Fi mesh routers it's connected to. Current version, new version, uptime, last restart, local IP status. No. Test Wi-Fi here. Yep, not yet. Not yet on that one. All right, else. What do we got here? Vilfo. I'm guessing this is something like Salt. Vilfo router currently supports. What is it? What is a Vilfo router? That's probably another internet service company. VPN router. Oh, okay. So it's just a brand of a router. What else? Let's look at the other new stuff. Is this it still? Here we go. All right. Safe mode improvements. I don't know if I have safe mode turned on. I guess I better check. We introduced safe mode. Our goal is to make sure Home Assistant always starts and provides you with an interface to work with no matter what. I love that. Love that. Cannot love that enough. That is so awesome, because the days of changing your configuration, restarting Home Assistant, and then being locked out are gone. That is glorious. Home Assistant now available to overcome issues when using this core system to get into trouble. The Lovelace configuration isn't readable. Besides that, the way safe mode is presented has changed, so you instantly know you're in safe mode. Does safe mode happen automatically? About time. So many times I've broken. Yeah, no kidding, right? Can I help you with something? You have any advice on XML blocking me from deleting the CDM in System 32? That is beyond me, ESG. There's a lot of smart guys here, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, Dale. So what it looked to me like what happened with Connected. Let's look through here and see. Was it 106? Yeah. I didn't read it. I just updated. And so here's some stuff about brightness. More info, dialogue improvements. This is awesome. Entity configuration panel. No shows all entities. Updates to the development tools panel. Sensor card. Excellent. Custom cards, new integrations with those new platforms, breaking changes, Tesla, Insteon. I don't know what I don't remember seeing something for Connected here, but I know Connected. What happened was it showed up as new devices in my integrations, and so I went. It showed up as like, oh, you have no need to configure it and no way to stop it. Excellent. That's the kind of stuff I need. Perfect. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, so for the Connected, I just went, it showed up as, hey, you have new devices, and I clicked it and it took me to the integrations for Connected, and I put in whatever information it asked for. It wasn't anything important that I needed to look up. It was all there. So it looks like there's several things for Connected. Connected Pro Alarm Panel. Yeah. What port number? I don't remember it asking me for a port number. Do those run on a specific port? I can't remember. If you go back to the connected docs. Where's the install stuff here? This has changed, obviously. This is the last time I looked at it. Become an installer, become a dealer. All right, Sam, thank you. Here's a good bunch of flying parts. Where the stuff went. Help. It's in here. Yeah. Getting started. I don't think they run on a specific port. What did it ask you for a port? Can I show the integrations? Sure. Maybe that'll do it. And I'm also saying I don't know that it's working. When you try and update, it does nothing. All right, let's go to integrations. And then we'll find Connected. Yeah, looks like it's working. It's got my binary sensors. It's got the IP address of the board. probably doesn't show you anything. I would say make sure you've got everything. Go through and see if there's anything else that you need to update. Maybe Dale. You know, is your home assistant all the way up to date? Is your I don't know if there's a connected add-on. I don't think there is, right? The operating system part of Home Assistant, just update everything and then see if something else shows up. Because at first, I noticed that my connected stuff didn't, like I opened the garage door and the lights didn't come on. Huh, that's weird. And then I think that might have been like a beta, like 106 beta. And then by the time like 106.2 came out, I think was when it showed up as, oh, hey, you've got something to configure in integrations. And then I went in and configured it, and it was fine. Switchable output. That's so awesome. So this is like the siren. You can just set the siren here. So mine seems to be working, brother. I don't know. Did that help you at all? Greetings from Poland. Find your ports manually with a port scanner. Oh boy. It broke some of the zones that has multiple switches set up. Uh-oh. Well, sounds like 4 tracks. Maybe you could help Dale if you guys have both figured it out. I just, I'm assuming that it's working at this point. Please, how can I make my home zone bigger? I don't use zones YAML, just zones from the Lovelace. Oh, well, I think you can just drag it. Let's see, is it on the map? T5. The heck? Phoenix? What the heck? What is T5? Oh, my tile. Oh, that's funny. That's like the last place that tile, my keys were. All right, so here you go. So if you want to, you guys can all see where I live. I don't care. You can come visit me anytime you want. I think you can just grab these. Oh, those are the ones that are in zones. Let's edit this, and I think you can grab these now and make them bigger, right? Oh, this one you can. So this one I created in zones in this Lovelace, right? And this you could just drag it and make it bigger. The other ones I can't because I made them in zones.yaml. So their zone is set. I should just undo that and redo it the right way. Or redo it the new way. But it works for what I've got, so no reason to change it, I guess. I actually need to shrink this one. This one's funny because this is a grocery store, and I use this to know when Mrs. Z's is at the grocery store. But I drive down this road every day to get to work and back. And so it always shows up as a little blip that I went to the grocery store for like a second. I thought you'd be able to update those other zones. Maybe. Yeah, I can't update them. I thought I could. I thought there was an update that said you could do that, but they don't seem to be. Oh, Shazbot. Just grabbed that and dragged it accidentally. Hearts is this little gas station here where I take the girls and the boys. Take them there to get treats. Because I'm a spoiler. I spoil my kids. Zones in YAML are not available. Edit in the front end. Okay, good. You can now change the location of your home zone. The radius of the home zone cannot be changed yet. We'll work on that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alex. That's probably the answer. You can make a new zone, like my home zone. My home zone is huge. My home is not that big. So you can't change this yet, right? But you could make a new zone and make it smaller or whatever. I track my family, just my wife. Actually, I do track them. The problem with tracking them is that I'll set it up, and I have set it up. I've set up Life 360. I've set up the Home Assistant app on all their devices, and then they never update, and something changes, and then it stops working, and it never gets back to working again because I don't get their devices in my hands to update, and they don't update them themselves. So, yeah, these pencil ones won't let me update. This one it will, because this is the only one that I created in this app, right? Or in the UI here, the user interface here. These other ones, the pencil is grayed out and I can't click it because these ones I did a long time ago in zones.yaml. And then I only have one person, and that's me. I guess I could track several devices with that, right? On a person, you can have more than one device. What does the passive toggle do? Oh, we can go back and look at it for a second to see. Just read what it says. Passive zones are hidden in the front end and are not used as location for devices trackers. This is useful if you just want to see it for automations. Okay. So you could make it an automation trigger, but it wouldn't necessarily be the location of a device tracker. Like you wouldn't be able to see that, oh, Justin's in that spot. I don't know, but it could be a condition or a trigger. Hey, Pinky, YAML defined zones radius can be changed in the zone or in the YAML file, right? You have to delete in the YAML, recreate them in the O. Yeah, if I want to. Earthquake alerts. Oh, okay. Perfect. Let's wait. Make a new one with the tool, same size, and delete the YAML ones. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. So, like, I could go, like Smiths. Let's do that. Let's make a new one. And we're going to call it Smiths. It's probably going to mess up. We'll call it Smiths with an apostrophe. Oh, and I have to put it where it belongs, because right now it's here. So let's move it over here. Way down here somewhere. Oh, not that far. I think it's about there. Yeah, it's right about there. Yeah, there's the grocery store right there. So it has to encompass the parking lot, but not that. Come on now. There you go. Not the road. I don't want it to get the road. Okay. Create. All right. Now I can delete this other one. Oh, except I can't delete it here. I'll have to delete it in the YAML. Yeah, well. Change the icon for the zone as well. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's do that too. Up here. Edit. Let's change the icon. Yes. Is there one without even looking, is there one that's just store? Yeah, there is. Cool. So now it looks like a little grocery store. Thank you, Whiskers. Forgot about that. Semi-advanced ESP home coding. Oh boy, 3Ative's doing some semi-advanced. I haven't played with it in a while, so I probably can't help you, but I'm willing to listen, shoot it out, see what we can find. Can now reload zones without having to restart Home Assistant completely. Oh, in the zones too, right? In here you can reload zones. Oh, here somewhere. In the server section, probably. There we go. Server controls. Reload. Yes, look, you can reload a whole bunch of things now. Zones, persons. We've had scenes and scripts and automations. Location and customizations. So you can have, this would be good to have, so for each, you want to have a separate YAML file for each of these things, right? Because that's how you can take advantage of this ability to restart just those things, or just reload just those things, and not reload your whole configuration. First time I've cut a live stream, updated Home Assistant earlier, and the mini graph broke Lovelace. Uh-oh, cut and paste into Notepad Plus and managed to lose it. Oh no, spent the last few hours getting it back. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. That's a bummer, dude. I feel for you. I feel for you. That's a bummer. You cut and pasted it into Notepad, but then you lost it? That stinks. The reload seems to be working for packages too, which is great. Excelente. What's my Home Assistant hardware running on? My Home Assistant hardware is running on a Proxmox on an i3 NUC. So Proxmox is the virtual machine managing operating system. So that's what's on the bare metal. And then Home Assistant Core is running that. Is running on that. So that's how it's working. And daily backups. Yeah, Sam. For sure, brother. Do the Google Drive backup thing. I love it. It makes me so much more confident to be able to back up or to be able to tinker with things. Did someone say Node-RED? I don't know. Did somebody say Node-RED? I didn't say Node-RED, did I? I've been updating Node-RED. I know which one. I know, Blade. I know which one I want your help with next. For Node-RED. How many resources? 2 cores of the CPU is what I've given it, and it's great. Works wonderful. I could open it up and show you if you'd like to see it. How's my D? So I gotta tell everybody. Gotta brag. Can I brag about you? He wants me to brag about him. So yesterday, Dawson, who's 12, just turned 12, had a little basketball tournament yesterday. And, oops, that's not the one I wanted. It's my heavy metal playlist. That's not the one I wanted, though. I wanted Proxmox, which is right above my heavy metal playlist. So Dawson, was doing this little tournament yesterday, basketball tournament, and it was a double elimination tournament. So they lost the first game, and then the next 2 games they had to win to get back to the championship game. And Dawson, in those 2 games, he's good at everything with a ball. That's like every sport. Seems to come pretty easy to him. He's got certain skills. Like he's not Michael Jordan out there on the basketball court at all, but he knows what he's supposed to do. And when the coach says, this is your job, and his job was like basically run the offense, he would inbound the ball to the point guard. The point guard would dribble the ball up. Dawson would be at the top of at the free throw line with his back to the basket, and the point guard would give him the ball, and Dawson would either turn around and shoot it, or he'd pass it to somebody that was cutting to the basket. And himself probably scored 10 points of the 16 that it took to win one game. And they didn't sub him out for 2 games. He just kept making shots. And they won those 2 games and ended up back in the championship, and then lost by 2 points. But it was a proud day for this dad, who's not a basketball player. I suck at basketball, but he was having a great day. So it was fun to watch. And I don't always get to go see the kids in their games and stuff with work and everything. All right. So this gives you some idea of what it's using. So 2 CPUs, and it's only using 25% of that. So it's not really too much. Discord or DM me if you have a question, if you want to show it. Okay. Okay, here's the problem. Here's 3/8's trouble. Here's the problem. I want to loop some code continuously on a D1 Mini. Each loop has to start with a delay of X seconds. I want to keep calling this squirt, turn the spray off, turn the spray back on, turn it back off. I want to delay until X seconds has passed. This doesn't work. Delay lambda return period. Okay. So how would you guys do that? What do you guys think? But yeah, I love that, Piston. That's awesome. Games played with balls are exactly that. I haven't done anything with track car GPS. I haven't. Yeah, Blade says do it with Node-RED. That's probably true. I'm going to pull this off and see what these other messages are. James is pinging. Oh, yeah? Okay. Oh, here's this. Oh, Frank. Oh, I'm going to join that Discord. Yeah, I'm going to join it. I'm going to join Frank's Dutch Discord. Hola. Sorry. What are these other pings here? Ping, 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 ping. Whoa. That looks awesome. Somebody's got some LEDs on their server. Can't with Node Red. I want to run. You want it to run just on the hardware. I know it's in Dutch. That's why it was funny that I said hola. I don't know how to say hello in Dutch, but I'm gonna learn. We need a channel in there for people who want to learn Dutch. How do I say blah? How do I say blah? Hello? Oh, that's too easy. Hello is too easy. It's funny, though, that in Spanish, you say hola, but you spell hello, right? Just updated Econ's now getting this. View is not supported yet in group edit. Oh, dear. TJ New York, is that how you say it? Is that Chinese? Passive command with a value and have it turn on. Okay, so you guys are working on that thing. That's good. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Google Translate is a wonderful thing. Yeah. I was going to rely on that in China. All right, let's close some of these things. So what was the other thing we were going to look at? Oh, we were still looking at what some of the new changes were in 106, in Home Assistant 106. Right. And I did update the stream command for next week. How long until the next stream? March 8th at 1 p.m. my time. So same time as this one started, but next Sunday. Next Sunday should be good. Shouldn't miss next Sunday. We'll probably miss the Sunday after that and have to do a next one. Sneak peek. What you got for me? Oh, 107 sneak peek. Can I show it? Yes, of course I can. What do you got here? Ooh, devices, health, home tab. So this is a new dashboard. Oh. Oh. Wow. That's going to be some changes, huh? Jeff says the U of M OSU basketball game is starting soon. Yeah, 106. That's what I've got. What I'm using right now is 106. I don't know how I lost that tab. I closed all those tabs and I lost it. 106.2. Yes, that's what I'm on. I'm updated to update. Updated to the most update. Developer tools panel. We looked at that. Sensor card. So this is what messed you up, huh? Who was it that was saying? Was it Sam? Does anyone know why my Lovelace light cards are not showing state? Are they not changing color, Sam? Because that was a change 1 or 2 releases ago where only some things would change the color of the icon. Not everything was changing the color of the icon. Multiple Lovelaces. That's what's in the screenshot. Nice. That's cool. And can you have them, it'll be set so that certain of them show up on certain devices? All right, Modi. Modi, we haven't done the unicorns in a bit. Let's do unicorns for Modi. Thank you for subscribing. That stopped with 105. There you go. 107's looking good. Hey, Lou Diaz. How's it going, brother? Custom cars and integrations. Good stuff. Always lots of good stuff. I love being at the point. I really feel confident. Like we are at the point now, at least maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm at the point now where I can update and not worry about things breaking. And it's really liberating. I enjoy it. I enjoy updating now just to see what's going to change and what's going to happen. I will usually skim at least the breaking changes because there's usually only a few things. And as long as I can go through breaking changes and go, okay, I don't have a Tesla, I don't have Insteon, I don't have any idea what that means. This doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Glances, what about it? I probably don't need anything. Yep, and I saw this. It won't pass brightness and percent. Okay. I don't know what that means. This doesn't mean anything to me. So I go through all these and I think, okay, if this all seems like maybe this is the way it works. Will not break automations. Modbus. I don't have Unify. Devices, XML for REST, okay. So these are all things that if I look through here and I don't see anything that's going to cause me any trouble, I got no problems. Just update. You should stream an hour later so I have time to get home from church. You just now getting home, Jordan? What was I going to look at? Oh, I have this problem. Anybody know what's going on here? I have one Lovelace view that just does not show up. And I don't know why. It was there until recently. I think maybe it has something to do with that front end theme thing. Because when I go into the raw config editor, I can find it. Here. Maybe it's this. Let's just take this out. See what that does. Doesn't seem to have fixed it. Nope. I don't know why. It's obviously stuff there. I wonder, what is path? Do I need to just take that out? I don't know why that's there. No, I didn't fix it. Guess I need to reload. Oh yeah, now it's back. Thanks, Pinky. That was easy. Yay. Take it out or give it a name. All right, well there you go. It did that to mine recently. I think so. What it must have been is when I set that up. What, like if I went here and I wanted, because when I set that up, I went here and I added a new tab, right? So over here I did plus, and I added a new tab, and I didn't. What did I not do? I didn't give it a title, maybe, and that's why the path didn't show up. So it showed up as a blank, which was fine for a while, but apparently not anymore. What do you think? How can you downgrade decons to the last version? Good question. I don't know. Let's go look. Decons is an add-on, so it's going to be in here. Right. There it is. Decons. I guess I would. That's a good question. How can you go back? I don't know how to go back. I don't know if you can do it in here or not. Might have to just put a space. If you set path, it becomes the address of the page. Path of home would be available at your add-on /home. So it won't show Lovelace X. It will show the name instead. I don't know how to go back. I guess you can't. If you uninstall it and reinstall it, you probably can't pick which version. Can you? The path would be the URL in that dialog. Okay, thank you, Alex. Thank you. So instead of I said name, it's not name. It would be what's in the URL box. Finally catching you live again. Hey, Jeff, great job on the bug. Thank you. I'm so proud of that. So happy. It's not fast enough yet, but we'll get there. I think what I'm going to do, for those of you that have followed this saga for a long time, I have a Leaf. You all know I have a Leaf. And I got a new battery for my Leaf because just battery had degraded to a certain level and I was having a hard time getting to work and back. So what I wanted to do was keep my old Leaf battery, which would have been like this thing here. And I wanted to use these batteries on the bug. I was going to take these batteries out of here, the cells like this, and use them. And the guys at the Nissan dealer said, "Oh yeah, we can just give it. You just have to pay for the all this metal that they would otherwise reuse, which would be $1,000." And so they said, "We just we'll charge you the core charge, and then you can just take the rest of the battery back." I'm like, "Okay, great." well, then I took the car into them, and they took the battery out, and then apparently Nissan said, no, you can't give them back the battery. We want the battery. We get the battery back. Nissan. And I owned this car. I didn't lease it from them. They didn't, I owned the whole thing. But Nissan, and they had already taken the battery out, so it's not like I could do anything. Like I couldn't go to the dealership and say, give me back my battery. It was already out. It was gone. And Nissan wouldn't let me have it back. So that made me upset. And that was when I had to find another solution for a battery. But these guys, and I'm sure what they're doing is probably buying these from Nissan. But these guys will sell you one of these big batteries, and then you can take it all apart. It looks like you could. I wonder if I could buy them already taken apart. That would be ideal. But anyways, it's $400 to ship it. But there's enough batteries in here, and with enough voltage, and these have a maximum output of like 180 amps. Mine has a maximum output of 100 amps. So this would work better. This would definitely work better. Tip off, Buckeyes, Wolverines, go blue. I don't know where it says it. But anyways, so I may do this and replace the battery in the Bug completely, or I may buy a separate, a second battery like the one I have, and then just do this for the next car, which will be the new Beetle, the new style Beetle. So anyways, found that, thought it was good. It's called the Battery Hookup. BatteryHookup.com if anybody's in the market for those or any of that kind of stuff. Sounds like they stole your battery. That's exactly what I said to him on the phone, Violent Pooh. Exactly what I said to him. Like, that is my property. How can you take it and not give it back to me? Oh, well, it's not us. They said the EPA. They said it was the EPA rules that you couldn't have that battery. Namaste. Yes, you're right. Very good. I actually need to do some meditation. I'm going to do some meditation. Mrs. Z's wants to turn one of our little rooms in the house into a meditation room. I'm all for it. Sounds great. I need it. Was the battery stop at least free if they get to keep it? Well, hey, how's it going, Quindor? They didn't charge, that wasn't free, no, but they didn't charge me for the core charge like they said they would. Thank you, Arun. All right, somebody else just subscribed, so it's time for the Zoo Prize. Zoo Prize. Usually less than 10% of cells are broken, and you could be able to fix the battery at a good price, yeah. Most of those cells still have enough. They certainly have enough. Meditation, but with some cool LEDs. No, of course, Pedro, of course. We need some mood lighting. Moving to the U.S. in about 2 months, which means I don't have to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch the streams. Well, that's an extreme reason to come to the U.S., Arun, but thank you. Well, that's great. Good for you. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be in the U.S.? It's a big place. Welcome. Welcome to the United States. Once you gain speed, you require less current from torque. That's true. That's right, Sam. And it actually, so my batteries what I've noticed on these batteries is they have 2 ratings for current output. One is an instantaneous or short term, and then one is a continuous amount. So they'll output a larger amount for a short period, and then they'll go down. And that, for my battery, the battery pack I have, it'll put out 150 amps for a short term. So you step on the gas, and it'll go up to about 100. That's what I said, about 150 in the video is what I said. But then the continuous, it drops down to like 100. So Arizona. Oh, cool. Well, it's a beautiful time to be in Arizona right now. This is the best time of year to be in Arizona. I was just there. That's where I was last weekend, visiting some old friends. Saw your video about the door window sensors and been looking very long time the ones you were using. Thanks to you, you got them. Oh, good. Great. Oh, your wife is from Arizona. Oh, fantastic. Supposed to be traveling to Boston on Tuesday, but it looks like the whole thing might put a stop to that. Where are you coming from, Mark? You're not in the U.S., right? You're in the UK or Canada? Where are you from? Are they really, are they limiting like all kinds of international travel now? Good grief. I guess I need to do some more research. People ask me all the time, what do you think about this whole coronavirus thing? And insert clever title here, what's bugging me? I'll say this. How's it going? Good to have you, brother. I need to do some research. Maybe that's one of the things I'll put on my list to do this week when I have some downtime for reading, is just to do my own independent research on some of this coronavirus stuff, not just listen to what the news has to say and then decide. Could you use gears to get up to speed? Yes, 4 tracks. And that's what and it's worked out pretty nice, because I can, the motor controller does have a little switch, that little toggle switch I was holding. And if I hold it, the motor stops spinning. So if the motor stops spinning, I can take it out of gear and I can put it in a different gear, and then I can turn it back on and speed the motor again, get the motor going again. So I can start in second gear and get a good, zoom and get up to speed. And then once it's kind of hit its max 100 amp output, I can shift. I can basically flick that switch, stop the motor from spinning, take it out of gear, put it in 4th gear, let it off, and then hit the gas again. And I'll already be rolling, so that it'll be able to get up to that 150 amps for a minute, and then we can get to cruising speed. So on the clutch pedal, I would, Pinky, but I already used the clutch pedal. I used the clutch pedal for my mechanism that engages the main contactor. So it was actually a stroke of genius, if I do say so myself. It was inspiration. This is my contactor. The blue part here is the contactor, right? So it's just a big old relay. And this plunger bit here has to be depressed manually, mechanically, not electronically. It has to be depressed manually. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. And it's like these bars right here are the 96 amps, 96 volts and potentially over 100 amps, right? So I don't want this like a button. Like, I'm not going to stick my finger there and press it. And I'm certainly not going to let my kids drive the car and have them stick a finger there. So I wanted this thing to be away from everybody. So I put it in the back of the car. It's next to the motor. And at first I tried rigging up some real janky thing that didn't work very well. And then I thought, okay, how do I really want this thing to work? And so I came up with this, and it's some threaded rods, and there's bolts up here and bolts down here to keep things, one of them will move, the other one won't. This one stays still, this one moves. And so and then the other end of this one here is attached with some springs to the clutch wire. So there's a wire that comes up to the clutch, and I've put a thread on there and a little bracket and a couple springs, and then another bracket onto this thing and some bolts. So when you press the clutch pedal, it pulls on this. And when it pulls on this, so it pulls that bar when you press the clutch. And when it pulls on that, this has 2 hinges. This is just 2 gate hinges that I screwed together in the middle. So it's a double hinged piece, so it'll go flat. So I pull on this and it flattens this out, and that's it. And then it engages this. Once this is engaged, then it powers up my 12-volt system in the car. Then I have a little switch I can flick that will keep this engaged, and I can let off the clutch pedal. It's real genius, I have to say. It's real genius. It works pretty well. This is also the thing that went pop in that one part of the video. Don't say the virus name. YouTube will demonetize you. No kidding? Holy crap. Forklift truck motors meant to have a low top speed. Yeah, probably, Andrew. They probably are, but I know that motor will spin fast enough, and I know it's got enough torque. I think it just needs more current. It comes with the wires that it came with. They're like 1-aught wires, so they're made to handle hundreds of amps. It had 500 amp fuses in it, so I'm assuming that it could get somewhere close to 500 amps. That motor, and right now I'm giving it 90. And it's not that the motor can't handle it, it's that the battery can't output any more than that. So if I could get the battery to output 400 amps, then the motor would flip that car over probably with torque. So anyways, it's a lot of fun. I'm learning a ton of cool stuff about making cars work. I just got to get more current to the motor. And I got to do that with batteries that can output that much current. Could you do a half clutch pedal depress for one switch and full press for the other? Oh, maybe. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure. I think what I might do with that toggle switch is put it on the shifter, so that you can you click it and then you shift and then you unclick it, shift, unclick it. So that'll be fun. pull a truck. Yeah, I could do it. I could do a. Do you guys watch the Hacksmith on YouTube? So he's one of me and Dawson's favorites. Colin Furs and the Hacksmith. He's the guy. He's from Canada, actually. I don't know exactly where he is in Canada, where they are. They've got a new shop now. But this Hacksmith, they make some pretty cool stuff. And they just made a half-scale Cybertruck. Looks like they haven't updated this website in a while. They just did this half-scale Cybertruck. Yeah, they haven't updated this in quite a while. Anyways, they updated this. They made a half-scale Cybertruck, and then they did a torque battle, a tractor pull battle. Oh, he's up the road from you? Oh, cool. MK, well, then when I go see him, I'll come see you too. So anyways, he just did a tractor pull thing with the Ford F-150 and his little half scale truck. But one of the things that they did in in his video about the truck, the Cybertruck, the half scale Cybertruck that they built, they got their motors for free. And when he showed the build list of his motors, it was like $3,000 worth of motors. So I could, and then his batteries, the batteries he used LiPo batteries, like from drones, just stacks and stacks of LiPo batteries from drones. So two things there. I don't know what they cost. They're probably expensive. But second, those suckers, if you're not careful, that will explode. That will catch on fire in a bad way. So I didn't want to do that. But they'll output current. They'll output plenty of current really fast. That's their purpose, right? They'll give you all their current. All they have loaded up, they'll give it all to you in a couple of minutes. So he's got I've learned some good things. Not sure if you can attach in variables to the container from home, but safe. But okay. Put it on your gas pedal, and you let off the gas. It disengages the motor. Oh, that's a good one too, Kevin. That's a good idea, Kelvin. That's a good idea. AC motors. Yeah. Was his motors ACs? No, his motors were DC. They were permanent magnet DC motors. I will, though, before I'm done with my electric car conversion, this one and the next one, probably the third one down the road, because I already have two of these big DC motors, big DC series wound motors to use. But the third one, I'm going to use AC. And when I get to that point, that'll probably be a daily driver. That'll probably be the one that I actually drive to work and stuff. Because that's going to be 4 or 5 years from now before I get to do that, if I'm alive. 5 hours from Kitchener, close to Toronto. Oh, close to Toronto. Oh, maybe if I get a reason to go visit Michigan again. Old laptop batteries built into stacks I've seen used. Yeah, are good enough, yeah. Gas pedal does sound like a good idea. Are your children using a Home Assistant app? No. Do you somehow want or limit their functionality? Mine aren't, Martin. I wish they were. I don't know if Frank's still around or any of the other devs are here, but I know that there has been times when we were making new users, right? So if you go in here, you can make new users. Is this where you make new users? I can't remember. And they were going to have general? No. Oh, yeah, I can't remember where it was. When you make here it is, new users. So you make new users, and then when you do make new users, there used to be, or there was talk about making it so you could limit what each user can see. Is $500 too expensive for a Nissan Leaf motor? No, probably not, Bobby. Probably not. Are you going to do something? Are you doing a conversion and you're getting a Nissan Leaf motor for $500? Does it have the controller as well? First of all, no, I don't think $500 is too much. I think that's probably a pretty good price, because most of those, that's going to be an AC motor. It's going to need high voltage, and it's going to be AC. And most of those high voltage AC motors, if you're going to buy them brand new, you're going to pay at least $1,500. So make sure it works. See if you can get the controller with it as well. You just found it on the web. Send the link, post the link, and we'll check it out. The Nissan Leafs, I even looked at, my wife won't let me stack too many cars. What I need is I need a garage. Who is it that's building the barn at the beginning, we talked about building a barn. I need a barn. I need a place to store all my cars. I need a car barn because I want to be able to put cars and tinker with them and not have Mrs. Z's get upset. Right now, as soon as I buy it or talk about it, she's like, where are we going to put it? We already have 3 cars in the driveway and 3 cars in the garage. Yes, yeah. My Leaf that I drive every day, plus the Bug, plus her car that are in the garage. Then we have my truck, my pickup truck. It's in the driveway. Our big van that's in the driveway. And Jackson drives a little Honda Fit. So 6 cars. So when I say, hey, I'm going to get another car, I can't even say it. I would love to. I would love to buy a broken down Nissan Leaf that has like some body damage or something, but the battery and the motor and everything is intact, and then strip it all out and use that stuff in a conversion. That's what I would like to do. And I knew a nurse at my hospital who crashed, or she got crashed into. It wasn't her fault at all. She got crashed into, and it totaled her brand new Leaf. It was like a 2017 or something, 2018 maybe, and it was still good. And so I went on the auction sites and found it and was trying to buy it. But in Utah, you have to have a special license to buy a wrecked car. And by the time it wasn't my priority, so I didn't end up getting it. You can limit the admin side of things already. Oh, okay, good. Size here. So you can go in here. So say I wanted to make, so like this, I can take them and make them not an administrator, right? I can just call them a user. System generated. I don't know this user group is a work in progress. See, this is what I was talking about. This is it. The user will be unable to administer the instance via the UI. We're still auditing all management API endpoints to ensure that they correctly limit access to administrators. So there you go. Whoever was asking, that's what you do. You make a user for them, and then you just set them as a user instead of as an administrator. And then when they log into the app, that's what they use. Does that help? Of course, nobody uses their app. Nobody does. Could get your wrecked car from the auction. Is that true, 4Tracks? Oh, brother. All right. From the Utah auction, or are you talking Nevada? Because you're in Henderson, right? Well, let's put it on the back burner. I don't need it now because I got my hands full. But remind me if I don't remember that it's you that can get me one of those. Because I do want to do that. But it'll probably be, like I said, it'll probably be the 3rd car down the line that uses that. And it may be my truck. We'll see. Probably won't be because my truck is probably going to last longer than that. And I don't want to mess with it until it dies. And it's not going to die for a while. Limit permissions in users, then limit views with custom header. Oh, that's right. We can limit views with custom header. Forgot about that. I don't remember how to do that. There you go. Jenny's got a solution for you, Sam. There's a tag for iframes to change if non-administrators can see it. Oh, cool. Either Utah or Vegas. Oh, okay, great. Wow, if you have the license to do it in Utah, that would be stellar, dude. Stellar. I was going to just, because I'll pay you. I'll pay you. We'll pay you something less than what because they would charge us, I think it was like $300 or 200 and something bucks. You could hire basically somebody that has that license to get the car for you. And that cost, it was either like, and it depended on who you used. Some of them, it was like a flat fee plus a percentage. And it was something crazy, like 10% of the price of the car. Gee, that's crazy. Like, what if you bought like a $5,000 car? Or, I mean, there were some really nice cars on there that were wrecked. There were $20,000, $30,000 for the car. And then you're going to pay somebody 10% of that just to because they have the license to be able to buy it. Bag that. $3,000 just to be like the broker. Hey, Ray. Hey, Remodel 8. How's it going? Sounds like you need an extending the garage project. I do. And I have some space. I do have space. Not a lot of space, but I do have some space. Marco's here. Ray's here. All right. We can get started. From Italy. How's it going? What were we talking about? Does anybody have any idea? You normally charge $500, but you get a deal. Oh, okay, great. So you're probably on that list. Okay, yeah, give me a deal. Give me a deal and we'll do it. Desde Barcelona. Do they charge you something for tracks? Do they charge when you're the broker like that? So you can get them from, what's the name of that? Copart. This is where we get them. Right? But then we would want it to be in a certain area. So here you go. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of them. Denver. Here's one in Salt Lake City. Front end is wrecked. Perfect. Here we go. This is a nice one. This has got the brand new battery and stuff in it. It's too bad it's wrecked. It's actually not wrecked that bad. I think I'd think about fixing that. Using it as is. Huh. Instead of taking it apart. Mannheim auction has better cars? Oh, really? I never even looked at that. I like watching Coparts. I like the live auction parts of the Copart. It's I've never seen this one. Whoa. Vroom, 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 vroom. Oh, I don't have a sign in. I'll have to do that another time. See, here's like, find an older one like this. It's going to be cheap. And you could still... Look at that. What happened to that car? How do you smash a car like that? What do you do? How do you get on top like that and smash it? That's great though, because what that means is the body is trashed and that everything underneath, the motor and the batteries and everything else is probably in great shape. Primary damage, hail. No, I ain't no hail. Come on. That's like a person fell out of a building and landed on that. Yeah, dropped a tree on it. That's what it looks like. It's funny it says hail. There's no way that's hail. Sorry, guys. I'm not buying it. I mean, I'm not buying that that's hail. I'd buy the car. That's funny. Yeah, it does look like a meteor. Maybe it was a meteor, huh? Yeah, squirrel is right. What were we talking about? Does anybody remember? That's fun. But see, like, who's going to want to buy this? That, because the body on that, I guess you could try and fix that. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad to try and fix the car itself, but and then if it's hail, what happened to the side of it? Right there. You can't tell me that hail did that to the side of the car. Whatever. Anyways, well, 4 tracks. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad I brought it up. Got to be worth 50 pounds. Squirrel knocked over a tree. Posted a link on DrZzs' Facebook site. Oh, okay, cool. For that motor that you were looking at, Bobby? One member reported content. Uh-oh. Maybe somebody reported Bobby already. Like, oh, that has nothing to do with this. Why are you putting that here? It's funny to me how much this looks like a regular motor. Like, they weren't thinking about this the same way that I think about electric car motors. I mean, they made this look like a regular motor. Alternators up here and power steering pumps and all this stuff running on belts. 500 plus 2 shipping and handling. Election traction motor. This should have the controller on it too. 2-year warranty, qualified units, wide range of catalog Nissan engines, including gas and diesel engines. Buy or use Leaf motors, save time and money. Find out if it has the controller with it. But either way, and what this thing looks like an exhaust manifold. Oh, because this is not the Nissan Leaf picture. There's no way, because this is like cylinders and an exhaust manifold and an oil pan. No, that's not a Leaf motor. So maybe that's just a generic picture of it. Yeah, not actual photo. Yeah, okay. I was like, that does not look like that. That's funny. Well, give it a go, Bobby. If you see what I mean, that, getting the motor out of there is a big part. But if you can get the motor, the controller, and the battery pack, you're in business. You're in good business. I think with the, I remember watching somebody on YouTube, a lot of those mass production cars like that, they're going to have some issues with, they're going to expect to be able to interact with other parts of the car. So if you just take the motor, or even just the motor and the motor controller, there may be some issues with, it not having the CPU of the car, or, something. So you might have to really strip it down to get it to work. Right? An alternator makes no sense in a pure e-car. Yeah. My alternator is a DC-DC converter is all. All right, that's fun. What else were we talking about? In the stream about nothing. The Nissan looks fairly simple. Thank you, Fatty. Fatty, F-A-D, F-A-D-Y, Fatty. Clever title. Feel like I'm watching Rich Rebuilds now. That'd be great. Rich Rebuilds, I like what he does. He's a fun guy to watch. I hope you don't mind. I know I've built a following with home assistant, home automation tech projects and LED lights, and then I start throwing in electric car stuff. But this is a channel about things I like, and I've learned that if I like something, the chances are pretty dang good that other people do too. It may not be the same people. Not everybody who wants to hear about LEDs is going to care about talking about electric car, but some will. So, Unicorn Bryony. Hello, Unicorn Bryony. How are you? You come to say hi to us? You have to reuse the entire engine harness and sensors. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Bobby. Yeah. And maybe even some parts of the battery, Like the battery. I know there's a guy, I love watching his stuff. His name's 2Jeffs1. Have you seen, you got to watch his video about taking apart the Leaf battery. He's from, I don't know if he's from Canada or just like the Upper Peninsula of Michigan or Upper Wisconsin or something, but I love the way he talks. 2Jeffs1, this guy. He says, "Hello, tubers. I'm going to go out in the shop today." It's awesome. But anyways, I don't know what he does or how he has a shop and he just works on stuff, and he's got all kinds of things available to him that I thought there is never a thing that this guy doesn't have in his shop. It's crazy. He's like, "Oh, I think I got some wire." And he goes up and he's got this whole thing of all these different colored wires, and he makes sure the wires all match. And anyways, he did a Leaf battery. He took the battery out of a Leaf, and he used it in his like Cushman, which is, I guess, like a little putt around shop kind of a car or a vehicle. Anyways, you got to check out his stuff if you want to tear apart the battery, because he'll show you how, and he did it really well. Want to be famous, but you're bad at making videos. Well, be famous at something else, It's okay. Be famous at something else, or just work on making videos. Just keep working on it. You can get better. You can get better at making videos. You can get better. And as long as you can get better, you'll do it. Am I planning on integrating a BMS sensor in Home Assistant for the bug? I am a BMS sensor. I have a BMS in the bug battery. Whiskers, it does have a BMS, but I don't think it gives any output. I think it all just manages itself. I don't know what I'm going to integrate for Home Assistant with the bug yet. but I will do something. If nothing else, I'll do like one of those garage sensors, but I want to have some information. I want to know some information about it, kind of like I do with the Leaf, like how much is it charging, whether or not it's charging, some of those kinds of things. I haven't figured out how, but I do want to do that. Don't get bitter, just better. That's great. Nah, Sam. Oh, Sam's right. Unicorn, I'm sorry. Nah, Unicorn, you don't suck. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm famous in my house. My kids all know my name. Editing video is a big pain. It's 6 waiting to edit them. Yep. The editing is hard. The editing takes a lot of time, and you really want to do it right. And boy, one thing I've noticed is if you spend a lot of time editing bad footage, I guess maybe that's what I should say. You could, or you will spend a lot of time editing if you have bad footage. So if what you filmed doesn't really show what you want to show, then you're going to have a hard time. And I am there all the time. I'm there all the time. I'll film some stuff and then I'll go back and go, oh, I wanted to show something better than this or something different than this. And now I'm stuck trying to edit this garbage that I have. And maybe you don't have the chance to go back and film something else. If you do, go back and film something else. So along those lines, a little piece of video advice is plan out, and I don't always do this, but I know when I don't, and I know it doesn't work as well. Plan out what you're going to film, and then film it, and then makes editing so much easier. If you know what you want to show, write it down, make yourself a little plan, and then if you go film those things, it's a whole lot easier to edit them afterwards, for what it's worth. All right. Started a channel here in Brazil, automation and home assistant. Can I share here? Sure, Icaro. Sure. You can share here. You can share in Discord. You can share in Facebook. What editing software do I use, Dave? I use Final Cut Pro for most of my editing. Don't squirrel when filming. Yeah, that's the truth. That happens. That's totally it. I get squirreled and then I go, oh, I didn't even film that whole part I was going to film. Or I'm not paying attention. I filmed some really good stuff. What was it about? I can't remember now exactly what it was about, but it was the dimmer, the Sonoff dimmer, which I had never even did a video about now. But I filmed a whole Sonoff dimmer video and then realized that the microphone wasn't on. It was so sad. So sad. And it's so disheartening. I haven't even gone back and redone it. So I use Final Cut Pro, but as Dunkel says, if I'm going to give advice about a editing software, it will be DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. Absolutely. It's great, full of features, and it's free for you to use by yourself. The only thing you have to pay for is if you got to the level where you have multiple people editing the same files and you want to share those, in other places, which none of us are going to I'm not going to get to that level. So I don't know why Unicorn is punching himself. Can you show me how to live? There's a button on YouTube if you want to do it simple. Link? Yes, link. And I'm sure I'll get a commission on the free DaVinci downloads. I actually did when I was at a video conference in LA, the YouTube video conference in LA, whatever it's called, I can't remember. And I actually sat down and did a 1-hour class on DaVinci Resolve. So it's good. There you go. Thank you, Dunkel. Give him some good advice on where to go to learn. Fun mix of tech experiments and geeky chat. Perfect. That sounds like a good title. A fun mix of tech experiments and geeky chat. You know what, Andrew? I'm going to keep that. I like that. Copy that. I'm going to make a note of that. That is fun. First, thank you, Shane. Thank you. Okay, Unicorn, first thing you need to do is improve your self-talk. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. And be kind. Be kind to yourself. That's going to be the first thing to improve. Just be kind to yourself. All right. What have I missed? Tech Turtle's here. Thank goodness. I don't know what you missed. I'm starting to get hungry. Let's go about 15 more minutes. I could do this all day. My 3DS Max is not installing. How do I fix it? 3DS Max. I don't know what that is. 3DS Max. It sounds like a video game. How do I find connected reliable? Yeah. Using it in parallel with your system, an alarm system. I am using it as the alarm system, Will. I'm using it as my alarm system. What I did was I had wired sensors all through the house, and so I bought a couple of connected boards, and I just hooked them up. I hooked them up to my existing alarm system. That's what I'm using. All right. To use Maya instead. 3DS Max. Yeah, I don't know what 3DS Max is. I haven't. Therapy time with DrZzs. Be kind to yourself. Do some meditation. I laugh about it, but it's true. It works. Do you have GitHub repo for your home system config? I wish I did. Explaining which devices you have and how they work. If not, have you already thought about it? I've thought about it, Matcher, and I shared my configuration a long time ago, and I left some secrets in there, and then I took it down, and I have never gone back and put it back up. Just too many other things distracting me. Kind of like this. And this. Why are we looking at Resolve? Somebody was asking. Somebody was asking about what software to edit videos with, and I think I might be using Resolve some more. But my MacBook that I use for most of my editing, I have so many files for the bug. Like I have so much stuff that it fills up the Mac. I can't even put it all on there. I've got gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes. So I think I might need to do some of it on here. Doc could do one gist, a very long one. Here's the gist of it, all 3,000 lines. What camera do I use? Blade. I have 2 cameras that I use for the bug. Dang, it's gone right now. I don't have it. But for the bug, primarily what I use is the Sony. Oops. Gosh. This one. FDR 3000. This one. I use this one. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that this had a monitor you could attach to it. But it's basically, excuse me for yawning, it's basically a GoPro. It's basically a GoPro. It doesn't have a screen on it. So I can't see what I'm filming. I just point it, turn it on, and do my job, do my work. And so most of the bug footage, this is what it is, because then I can do it fast and it's not a big hassle. It does 4K. I don't usually record in 4K though, but yes, it does 4K. Sí, hablo español también. So I use this one a lot, and it's rugged, so I don't mind if it gets greasy and dirty if I drop it. Like when I take it to I took it to the junkyard and stuff, I don't worry about it. A wristband. Oh, it has a wristband. That would be cool. It does a pretty good job. It's got like wide angle and stuff, so it does a decent job of doing a lot of things. Oh, the wristband has a monitor. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should invest in that. This wristband control monitor, so I can put it on my wrist and I can see what it sees. Ooh, that's smart. That is smart. So I like it. It's definitely been a good camera. For that. And then I do have this other thing I bought. I bought this just for China. And then I've been using it a little bit. This is a Canon MK50. I think is what it is. Not MK, just Canon M50, maybe. But the most important part of this is this microphone. I love this microphone. Totally worth $150 for the microphone. it's been great. Yeah, the best camera is the one you have with you. And I probably filmed 100 videos on my phone before I ever used any other camera. Good quality, you need good lights as well. That's true. That's true. Very, very wrong. Uh-oh. Quindor knows how to make good looking videos. Quindor, I don't know what you use. Quindor, but yours crisp, good looking stuff. At my desk, this is a Logitech, just a Logitech 920. I have two, a Logitech 920 and a 922. They're about the same. Panasonic G7 mirrorless camera. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be something along the lines of this M50 thing. Looked into the pocket beagle caps from Culp Lights for Run the Pixels. No, I haven't. What you're watching right now is the Logitech 920. That's what I'm on. That's how you see my beautiful face. And if I show stuff on my desk, when I turn on my desk camera, like this, that's also a Logitech 920, 922 technically. I agree, Dunkel. Totally agree. Oh, Mark's here. Didn't get a notification? I'm sorry, man. That's a bummer. Well, thanks for being here. We're just probably going to finish before too long. I'm getting hungry. I got to go to work in an hour as well. Got to work the night shift tonight. Hopefully there's no bad car crashes. We've had a lot of snow today. It's still snowing. Holy cow. Yeah, man, it's still coming down. So, do I have TikTok? No. I do not. Sorry. Logitech 720 and cheap. Yeah. It's not bad. Doesn't need to be much. Mic recorder. My audio is awful. Man, this mic, this Rode microphone for $150 is pretty good. The other one I have that you're listening to now is the Blue Yeti. But the Blue Yeti is not very portable. The thing I like about this Rode microphone is it's just got an audio jack output and you can plug it into any camera. A night shift anesthesiologist. Yeah, at sometimes at night, all I got to do is sing a lullaby and people are out. Well, I canceled my trip. My trip would be over now, actually, Shane. I would have come home on this past Tuesday. In fact, the day that I posted the video about the test drive, so that Tuesday, that's the day that I would have been home. So that was the end of my vacation. So I was off a week, which is why I got the bug running. That was how I was able to do it, because I stayed home. We're in a situation at my work right now where we have plenty of people, and most people don't want extra days off. So I had vacation days off, and when I didn't have to leave, I didn't really have any way to go back to work, I guess. Like I had to stay on vacation pretty much. Yeah, I hear, Bobby. I hear it's bad there too. What time next week? Hey, see you later, Renee. 2 hours ago. So whatever time that is for you. School's canceled for a month. Holy cow. You got 0 done. Today's your second day back to work after a 5-week holiday. Holy cow. You got nothing done in your 5-week holiday? Can I post on Facebook when I start? You get those notifications. I can look into that, Steve. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. If somebody knows how to make a bot do that, that would be great. Help me out. Blade's a bot master. 3 p.m. Eastern time. Your wife's an anesthesiologist, doing the night shift as well. C-sections each night. I hope yours will be better. Oh, OB night shift. That's the worst. That is the worst. Michigan's down 29-32. We can get it. We can come back. We can do that. We can get them. We can get them. It's been quite an up and down year for Michigan in basketball. Boy, it looks like sometimes they are unbeatable, and then other times they can't win. The Restream bot can post on Facebook. Okay. It should. I wonder why it hasn't. Okay. Let's, should we call kids up for sign off? I have not sent out any stickers in months, guys. I'm bad. So bad. So bad. Just installed your first Quinn LED Deca and PSU tomorrow. I will connect everything so I can switch my kitchen lights. Awesome, Emil. Happy for you. Happy for you. Magic home integration. There you go. Whiskers, it knows. Got rid of Facebook and Twitter accounts. Close them down. Security kick recently. Probably smart. Probably smart. All right, well, let's see if this works. It's worked for bedtime. I don't know if it's going to work for this. Yeah, kind of with you there too, Zolt. Not working, not working. Okay, I'm going to have to troubleshoot that a little bit. I don't know why she doesn't do that. This is getting me crazy. You got stickers? Okay, good. My kids are so jealous. Everybody gets snow except us. Come on over, Tony. We got plenty. Good night. Thanks for the warm welcome. You're welcome, Paul. Put some bottle rockets aside for you. Oh, yeah, and Pahrump. That's what we used to go to Pahrump for. That's right. That's it. All right, let me just tell the kids. Let's see. Why won't that work? Let's try it here. I used to be able to do it here. All right, I'm just going to yell. Old-fashioned way, just yell it out loud. Does that cube thing you throw ever work? It used to work. Oh, we solved all kinds of problems, Frank. We fixed the world while you were gone. Darn. Okay, well, I will just sign off for myself. Kids they'll be back next week. It'll be fine. I thought the groundhog saw his shadow, but the snow's falling. You know, it was like 50 degrees yesterday, but I figured it was coming. We don't ever, around here, winter doesn't really end until May. So, world fixed. Happy now. See? All's better. All's better. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Mark. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. I'm going to sign off. My intercom is usually she who shall not be named, but she's been a bit finicky lately. So I need to. One more on the long list of things I need to fix. Sayonara. How do you say bye in Dutch? Update decons to get the cube working. I think I did update decons. The funny part is it will work like, here's bedtime. Watch, this will get the kids to come. If I shake it, it'll work. See?
Scriptures and prayer.
So that's telling the kids it's time to come to bed. They'll come up here. No way! Now they'll come. Now they'll come running and we'll. So it works for some things, but it doesn't work for other things. I don't know. I just got to figure it out. DrZzs. DrZzs. They're up here all mad now. They're up here all mad like, oh, it's time for bed. I don't want to go to bed. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, you still have a fever, baby. Oh, we got a sickie. We got a couple sickies here.
Dawson's
Oh, no. Okay. Well.
my booty.
Oh, yes, and I am still promoting grip ties. Thank you, Whiskers. Buy grip ties, fella. Exclamation point GT. Code DrZzs and you get free shipping. Anyways, okay. Smells like dinner. Ready for sign off? How do you want to sign off? Should we sign off like we're real sleepy? Let's sign off like we're real sleepy, okay?
No, let's sign off like we're
Sam, the cube thing.
sick.
Like we're sick? Okay.
Yeah.
The cube thing is the Xiaomi. It's the Xiaomi Aquara Magic Cube. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay. Like we're Snick. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Adios. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Sunday, same time.